across Trinidad and Tobago, we got another round of those thundery downpours, especially over western parts. And the main rivers remain in flood, and the red level alert remains all the way through till Friday, 12 p.m. Now, the Trinidad river levels are above threshold, or most of them have overspilled, and the rivers will remain at an elevated state over the next several days. Obviously, there are waterlogged conditions across many areas, as well as the southern soils. So the adverse weather that we're expecting until Tuesday could still bring a further rain and some thundery downpours that could cause flash flooding, gusty winds in those downpours, and also landslips or landslides. Now, basically, we've been showing this map over the last few days. Basically, it does highlight the very high-risk areas for flooding across Trinidad, and you notice those are dark blues, and then you get the lighter blues, saying that there's a high risk for those areas which are on moderate risk. Now, bearing in mind that those areas that don't normally flood because of the waterlogged nature of the soils, basically, and the additional rainfall and the spilling over of some of these rivers, we could be seeing some flooding going into areas that don't normally flood. So definitely rush any sort of preparations that you do have into completion as we go through the next few days. In terms of the rainfall, we've got quite a bit of it across the northwestern part of Trinidad. There's orange colors there from this radar centered across Bernardo, basically showing the very intense rainfall, 50 millimeters per hour falling in some places, and obviously that caused extensive flooding around the Narval and the Digamarting areas. We could be seeing another round of that thundery explosive weather as we get the daytime heating and the light winds. In terms of the general picture, we do have a tropical wave which is passing through the island chain. There's still a bit of moisture still tracking behind that, and obviously with the light winds, we could be seeing another round of those thundery downpours through tomorrow. Now, taking a look at the intense rains from Wednesday, you can notice 87 millimeters, we call it at Piarco then we got up to 74 on Friday. It dropped to about 34 on Saturday, and even though on Sunday, today, we only got to 1.9 millimeters of rainfall, you can see here the thundery showers were basically over the western part of the island. So the total around Piarco is now at 296 for the month of October so far. It's well above the October average, and bearing in mind that the wettest October was back in 1988, where we got about 488 millimeters. So it's not the wettest October so far, but we're definitely expecting another 25, maybe 50 millimeters of rainfall. So looking at Tobago then, scattering of showers, especially after midnight. A few of the showers could turn heavy and thundery into the early part of Tuesday, Monday. So be mindful about that as you go through your day, especially out towards the hillsides around Tobago. The possibility of landslides or landslips is likely as you go through your afternoon, with some of those heavier downpours going through the latter half of the day. For Trinidad tonight, those areas which have been under floodwaters will continue to see some of the showers after midnight. The possibility again of some of those heavier bursts around the eastern areas of Trinidad in particular. So if you're along in those areas, obviously you know what to do by now, and obviously if you do get into difficulties, call those first responders. Through your morning, you will see the clouds beginning to build once more. The spells of rain are expected to come through, despite you seeing occasional sunshine, but that sunshine will only help to enhance some of those thundery downpours, with the daytime heating sparking up, especially around the hillsides of the northern range, down towards southern and central areas as well. Anywhere you get the hillsides, that's where you likely see some of the more explosive activity, especially during the heat of the afternoon. Temperature-wise, looking at 24 degrees Celsius as tonight's low, 25 in Tobago, 32 will be the high tomorrow, and 31 likely in Tobago. Through Trinidad on a Tuesday, continue to see a few of those showers turning heavy and thundery, but we do have good news in that that upper level trough system should be clearing us area by the time we get to Wednesday and Thursday, which basically means we should be seeing some brighter weather, some drier weather, if we can call it that, by midweek and into a Thursday. So the occasional showers are likely for the latter half of this week, so we should be done at least with those continuous rains and those thundery downpours by then. For those heading offshore, 2-meter wind waves expected, short easterly swells still likely, easterly winds over 15 knots, but bearing in mind we could be seeing some of those gustier winds in those offshore thunder showers. Now, across the Caribbean, obviously they have also been seeing quite a bit of terms of some showers because of Barbados, but that tropical wave is clearing. There are no systems that are set to develop simply because of the wind shear. It's quite strong in places. It's showing off the tops of all of those tropical waves, and no tropical cyclone development is expected across the Atlantic or the Caribbean for the next few days. There are no tropical storm watches or warnings in effect. Now this tropical wave enters eastern Caribbean Sea. It will continue to bring a few clouds as well towards the northern parts of the eastern Caribbean. But you can see here the Greater Antilles is under a lot of sunshine. It continues to be fine and tranquil with all of that fair weather there. For the eastern Caribbean, we continue to see just occasional showers, but most of the showers should begin to fade, at least across Barbados, and eventually up towards the northern parts, also seeing a lot more sunshine to come. So for us then, obviously a few showers are still expected as you go through your Monday and Tuesday. So stay prepared. That's your weather, and that's it for me.